Okay, so this is going to be part one of everything Shiv, I've decided to call it. So we're just going to do, we're going to break up each attack. So you got three, obviously. LMB, overhead, and stab. So I'm just going to start with overhead, see where that takes us. I got no script or anything, I'm just decided to upload this, so just waiting for Svaros to join before I give a little intro. So Svaros is a pretty decently mechanical player, so I might not look that great. I've just literally logged on, so we'll see what happens, basically. But yeah, I'm just going to show you everything that you can do with an overhead, starting from XLs and drags. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'll just describe the technique, the mechanic, and I'll go in a bit more depth into some other overheads you can do. So obviously that's the basic is accelerations and overheads, and of course reverses. But then we'll look at waterfalls and things like that. So we'll just do some XLs and we'll get XL ourselves and get splaps. So let's do a few drills first. I'll just overhead and then I'll talk about it because it's hard to talk and actually I might just get slapped and have to redo this whole video. Who knows? We'll see. So let's just see Svaros dragon. Notices that I miss. That's a decent XL. Didn't quite get the drag. Go for the waterfall, hit it off the repost. Go for it again. Yeah, he knows that I'm going to keep doing that. Oh, I got no stamina. Get the combo. So you can see there. So on that last hit, let's explain that last hit. So I'm sort of winding up my attack, looking to the left, to the right, sorry. So I'm going like I'm gonna drag, and then I go around. I go round the parry. So this is Raven right here. Still just overheading. Oh, he gets a really nice handle hit. Go for the waterfall. And then drag it, and then into waterfall. Miss the waterfall. Oh, he tries the waterfall me. So that's the waterfall, described pretty basically. Oh, how did I miss that? Oh, no. I should have parried that. He had no stam. So that was the waterfall. There we go. A few people are joining my server now. Here's my server if you wanna join it. Kaiser Druid, yes. So let's just go over the waterfall once more. I'll keep doing it when I finally get into a duel. So say the fountain's my opponent. So I'm just trying to go around his parry. I'm just sort of over. And you can see how the sword sort of ends up to the left of my center. So let's do it with this guy. So oh, he's just going to panic parry anyway. So there we go. It looks quite hidden, right? He's going to parry it now because I keep doing it. There we go. So I hit it. That was pretty much as good as you're going to see me waterfall. You're not doing a okay, XD. So you're not going to see me making a huge motion like that. So you can do that if you want to drag it, and sometimes it does land. But you don't want to do that sort of motion, because it just telegraphs. You don't want to telegraph what you're doing. So let's hit him with a, let's try hit him with a. So he's actually footworking pretty well. And yeah, so he's just moving in and out of it. If he was standing still, I'd probably be hitting him. So let's move on. You've seen the waterfall. You get it. So now I'm going to do some XLs. So that's usually how people think you XL. You think you just slam your mouse down. That's not quite it. So you want to do it. So you see how I turn... I missed the fucking button then. So you see how I turn over here and then I slam down. So I'm sort of doing an arc. But he knows I'm going to do it because keep doing it. There we go, it hit then. And then of course, you need to mix up your attacks. So obviously if I keep excelling Spharos, he's gonna parry it. So what I did then is I just wound up my attack. So it's just hovering there. And if you're excelling right, it's gonna be quite hard to parry a drag. So there we go, that was a perfect example. And then I'm gonna drag it. See, look, it's just about it's about being unpredictable in a way. So you can also do it on the left side. It's quite hard to get. Let's try for the waterfall. Get it. So there you go. It's not about doing the same move over and over. If I went a Raven and I just dragged and dragged and dragged every attack, he knows that I'm gonna do that. But if I go straight in and I excel and then I drag and I miss it, and then I waterfall at the end and miss it. So there you go. Who is better, me or you? Let's do it. Let's run through it one more time, and then we'll move on. Ooh. Ooh. I think Raven's gonna beat me here. So let's go for the. Oh, I hit that. How'd I hit that? And the last hit feint. I was gonna win that duel, Raven. Okay, so I didn't really explain. I explained XLs and I've explained waterfalls. So let's explain the drag. I mean, I should have started with the drag really, but let's explain the drag. So when you're dragging, there's a few things. So you might get the basic concept of a drag, right? So you're weighing, you're hovering it, and you're just sort of letting the sword. You let the sword fall down. It's gonna be hard to drag Spharos, but look, I'm not making too much movement. You see that for a second? I let it hang, and then I move over. So let's keep it fresh. Let's keep him guessing. So we're gonna go straight into it. It's gonna be hard to drag him. It's gonna be really hard to drag him. I need to excel. And the last one was a waterfall drag, which is inconsistent because you could tell I wasn't really trying to drag that. Sometimes it just happens. Tis high. He's a really good player. So he watch out for that as well. If your opponent is jumping your drags, just aim it a little bit higher. So what you're doing in a drag, right? So I'm trying to move as least as possible. I'm not going to crouch because crouching's going to tell it. Oh, I might be dead here. Yeah, I'm dead. So crouching is going to telegraph that you're going through a huge drag. And they're just going to, even if it's subconscious, they're going to know you're going for that. So say I'm really just whipping it round and dragging. Bruh, any good player is going to see that you're doing that. So don't do that. Just keep it simple. It's almost the simpler the better. So I'm standing still, and look, I just stand still, and it's hidden. I'm starting in the middle, and I'm moving out. I'm starting in the middle, and I'm moving out. But he knows he's going to do that, so I'm going to excel him a few times. Miss a few times even. More than a few times. So Anarchy. So you got to think about the XL, and you got to think about two things. So WSD is your feet, and then the mouse is your hips. So you really want to not overdo either. So I often just stand still if my opponent lets me. If your opponent is moving across, you obviously need to start moving with them and follow them. I think I might straight up just be dead here. So let's just do a duel and do all three. Oh, I thought you had me then. So let's drag. And then waterfall. Hit it. And then another waterfall. And then drag. Alright. I kind of cheesed him there. So, let's think. So what have we gone over? We've gone over drags. We've gone over excels. Keeping your posture. So, keeping the start of the overhead straight and then moving across. And keeping... Alright, so another thing that I didn't touch on is make sure your drags are low. Some players do this really well. I often don't do it. So let's keep our drag low. See, it's like, as in low, it's almost the last second of the attack. That's going to make it so much more likely that you're gonna hit your drag. There we go, nice little XL. Get stand out. And we hit the drag. See, that particular drag, I almost started the overhead even further left than I should have. So that almost telegraphs it a little bit, but you really want to just dead on center, right at the last second, move it over. Get that last bit of the attack right on the foot. It's a foot drag. If you're not hitting the torso, you're hitting his foot, you should be good to go. And definitely drag off the repost. It makes it so much more difficult to read because you're going to be doing XLs. So I went for the left side. I think Svaris has me figured out now. Oh, if he missed that, I was going to win on stamp. Oh, he dragged my feint to parry. Aha. If he hit that reverse, I was dead, so not great play from me. Yeah, lucky I was. Okay, so the last thing, this is literally the last thing to do with overheads. And I think it's the one thing, if you're a noob, you should use the least. Because it's inconsistent, it's easily read if you're not perfect at it, and overall it can just weaken your defense. Chivalry is a game about defense. Who has the better defense? Who can read better? Who can read the opponent? You can be the best attacker you like, but if you can't parry, then you're dead. So what I'm talking about is the reverse. So this is sort of a thing that players sort of see and they want to emulate, especially when they're new. So great, now I got to read. So let's go for some reverses now. So there we go. See, I'm just flicking it back. That wasn't a great drag. So there, it wasn't the perfect idea because I'm using longsword, and these series will mostly be longsword orientated. So let's try it on Svaros. So we're just reversing. We're just catching the back of our sword. So there we go. We dragged him. We're gonna hit him. So the reason the drag is so strong off this. The reason the drag is so strong off is because the reverse is one of the most incident of attacks, especially if you're close, and especially if you get the timing right, and the timing right as in you turn in the right time. So the drag is quite easy to hit. So I did not. Oh shit! I can't log in because Oh no. Now I got to change the admin's password. But never mind. Never mind all that. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about in terms of overhead. I don't think there's anything I've missed. I'm going to make another one straight after. I'm going to do stabs because I freaking love stabs. I think you can do a lot of stabs, especially when you're using Sword of War and especially longsword, which is this sort of thing will be about. It would be about longsword because it translates to other weapons. So that'll be the end of this video. Come to my server, watch the next video, and peace.